Well, welcome to another live stream, and we are still here with Phoenix. The song, really. I think my goal for this song is to be better than anything I've written before. And then I'm going to top this one on the same album. That's my goal. I had an interesting conversation today with the band. It was just about like what makes music good, you know. And when Phoenix Splash had more members, I think I would give like talks a little more just to see like where everyone's head was. And I haven't done that in a while. Because at the end of the day, when you're writing for a band, you want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing, believe it or not. Because it's really hard to have a band. It's really hard to get people together to do music, no matter who you are. So that's always something I try to push for. Or at least I used to with when we had a bigger band, you know, just communicating and talking. And I did that today kind of just to see, because this album's really different, you know. And I wanted to make sure everyone's okay with what's happening. Okay, we're doing good. I'm just making sure this stream is streaming. Okay. It's like this menu came up. So, we talked about conceptualizing music. And I guess I didn't realize that it can be seen as a debate topic. Like, should songs be about anything? And my stance on that has always been yes, of course. The greatest songs I know are about something, at least. But then it got into the discussion, well, are people even gonna dig that deep, you know? Okay. Which, by all means, especially for us, there's a lot to dig. And will anyone dig? So, there's that train again. So the debate came to, if nobody digs, should we put any treasure? I guess is the best way I could think of it. Like if no one's looking into the music, should it be about anything? Should we be like Dream Theater, where they have a concept, but then they take, you know, things to make it look deeper than it actually is? And, you know, we got into that kind of discussion, and I think that's where there is like a little bit of like one member wants to go one way, one wants to go the other. But, you know, bands are full of compromises, and the conceptualization of this band is always like the thing I push for. And with Dreamcrack, it's there. What the message is, what it's saying, you know, I want it to mean something. And it brings me back to that Dirty Loops reaction, you know. People rightfully called me out, stone-faced. And they were like, why aren't you like super impressed with what they're doing like everyone else on YouTube? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what this song is about. And I couldn't, because the song was about nothing, really. It was about, you know, just playing music. Just solo here, solo there. What they're doing in their solos. It was more about that than anything else. And as a result, I just kind of sat there like this. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. But, you know, it goes into that whole thing where I really do believe like just musician culture and music school itself pushes this idea of perfection. And I got it a lot, you know. I was seen as pretty good in wherever I was, like in music school, uh, high school music band, you know. Teachers would really push me to be this perfect player. And I just it just never worked for me, I guess. Like I remember some professor saying, "You need to go to this school because all the good players are at this school and you'll feel this competitive urge to be better than them." And I'm like, I don't get that. I don't get this competitive urge to be better than another musician, or to like, I don't like, maybe sometimes I used to get intimidated sometimes with other musicians, but then it turns into something else where it's like, if I make music together with this musician, it will be pretty cool because they are really good. And that's where my mind goes, like, first when I see a good musician. It doesn't go to, oh, they're really good, I need to practice more. It goes to, I know this person personally, we can make music together. And like when you're making a band, that's when you're trying to play with other musicians, that's really important. Because music shouldn't be a competition. It really shouldn't. The competition should be with yourself, I think. You shouldn't be like, this bass player is really good, I'm never going to be that good, I'm going to quit playing. Like, because that's what happens to most musicians. They see someone so good, and then they question their own abilities, and all of a sudden, they realize they're not this perfect person or perfect musician that they thought they were. And I think that way of thinking destroys so many musicians. Like, by destroy, I mean, it eliminates music, like, from their lives altogether. And the people who go through music school, go through all that, and graduate, and then go into the job force, it eventually catches up with them. Like, you're not as good as you were in college because you don't practice as much. So why even continue? And it becomes this, like, almost like athletic, not even, more like, I guess, martial arts in a way, where, and not even like in that sense, like, I guess, like, you're just trying to be the best, you know. But music is not, it doesn't work like that. You don't have a music battle with somebody and then see who's the better musician, and it's concrete. Like, none of that exists. I could argue Carlos Santana is a better guitarist than John Petrucci, even though Petrucci is, like, technically faster. I can make the argument that, well, Carlos Santana knows melody better because he uses leading tone and his rhythm dances with the pulse, whereas Petrucci stays on the pulse. It's like, it can go in so many directions, and you can argue it vice versa. And that's why I think technical stuff is just pointless unless there's context for it, you know? I like a good technical song, but it's not about what you can do, it's about what the song is. Like, separate yourself from the music. You're making an art form. When a director makes a movie, they're not making the movie, hopefully they shouldn't be making the movie to show off their directing skills. They should be making a movie to tell a story or to tell the concept. And that's where the discussion came. Like, I'm trying to, like, because I did it to myself, break away from this idea that the musician has to be perfect. We have to be stars. And I want to get away from that and say, we have to make a good album. We have to make good music. It has to mean something. The music shouldn't be it shouldn't be a spot where we each just say, this is us. I guess. Like, I want to get past that, you know. I don't want it to be like, this is Josh's piano solo. I want it to be, this is the piano solo that is needed at that time. So that's some music philosophy from me. It's a spiral, you know. One day I woke up and I just realized, like, why did they all talk that way? Like, it's just some competition. And then why do people act like intimidated, like, by me when they hear me play an instrument, especially since I play so many. And that's another reason why I play so many, because I don't think of it like that. I practice an instrument because I want to see what I could do with it, and once I figure out what I can do with it, I do it. And sometimes that means getting to an above average level at an instrument, and some people can't handle that. Like, some musicians are in the mindset you only need to play one instrument and you need to focus on that one. Screw that. No. It's like telling a scientist to only use one measuring instrument. You know, different instruments are good for different things. It's good to study all of them. All instruments. I'm just getting a lot out of my system, I guess. Because there is some truth to the other point of view. Well, the listener doesn't dig deep. The listener just takes music as it is. Not every listener, but the average listener, you know. Most songs on the radio don't have deeper meaning, you know. There's just certain words put in there. Sometimes they have the sponsor deal and they put Levy Jeans in their lyrics, and, you know, and I'm just like, that's great for them, really. But I'm at a point where if I write like the same kind of music that I was writing a year ago, it wouldn't mean anything to me at that point. And I think this idea of conceptualizing music is just slowly, it has slowly been coming to the front of, when I was in college, I wrote like one piece that was a puzzle. It was a sound puzzle where it didn't make sense to a listener, but my idea was, it's going to be so bizarre and so pattern based that their brains, hopefully, will have no choice but to pick up on something, to see that, hey, there's something more to this song. And that tune was really weird. But in writing that was the first time I saw, like, what I could really do with music. And it had nothing to do with me. I wasn't writing it to where, like, this is a representation of my skill. It was, the song was the song. Yeah, that's, I think, the best wording I could put it. Whew. And I talked to the drummer about this solo in particular. It's like, he was really comparing himself to that drummer, and I'm like, that's the mistake I've made, like, a good chunk of my music my music existence was comparing myself to others, because no matter what, there's gonna be always someone better. So just break out of that thinking right now. Bob Dylan wasn't the best singer, he wasn't the best guitarist, but people know him very well, and all of his songs meant a lot more than most people's. So with that said, let's get into composing this very, very complicated song with different kinds of instruments and all that crazy goodness happening here. Something else I also wrote down. Notice that if you look very closely at these track names, they're people's names. Buon, Lucia, Josh, who is me, Chris, who is real, Anthony, who is real, Tiwa and Sophia, who are not real, and Thabo, who are not real. I will be playing these instruments, but I don't want it to be like I'm playing these instruments, if that makes any sense. I wrote down each personality for each instrument. So, for instance, Buwan is very slow, methodical, does these big chords that I'm probably gonna enhance. Actually, they look pretty big. And I'm even like thinking about like if it's impossible for human hands to play it, like it'll just be sequenced. But I like putting the hands to the instrument that Buwan is playing, because you can do like phrasing and stuff, which is cool for a pad. So I want to keep it hand played as much as I can. But it's very slow, methodical. Like, you're never gonna see Buwan do anything more crazier than this right here. Just half notes and quarter notes. Like, that's about, and it's at 60, so it's even really slow. Whereas Lucia is very all about chords. You're not gonna catch Lucia playing anything very melodic. She's sticking to these E augmented chord over here. The chords are gonna get really complicated, which is why like it's only focused on that, because these chords are not baby chords at all. They're meant to be as magical as possible. Then you got Chris over here, and I'm writing for him in this, but I know Chris's like style and personality as well. He's about speed, but he's also he has a melodic side too, and you know he's good. So his part's gonna be like a little more complex than others. And plus, like when Chris plays the bass, he doesn't follow the rules, which I used to remember. Like, I used to be like, doesn't he get it? Doesn't he know he has to play the root? Because when you start just doing whatever on the bass, you start inverting chords. Like, there's a name for everything you do anyway, and that's what Chris does, and that's what this bass line does too. Like, sometimes it's the root, and then it just goes off into its own thing, because it doesn't always have to play the root. And Anthony over here, this is the showcase, man. This is the drum solo that he might not get. He might not understand it at first, but I think he will eventually. Just the concept of it all, because when you sit down and write all this mayhem, this tambourine part dancing with the rhythm, drum set being it's like each of his drums has a different personality here, I guess, because this drum part is very very deep. And when he told me like, oh, I'll never be as good as that drummer, I wanted to say, you're gonna be better than that drummer, because he's not gonna think of anything like this. He's gonna think of what can he do with rudiments that nobody else can, but without a concept. And I've done like drum set concepts before. I think I wrote a piece called Poltergeist, where it sounded like everything was being tossed around the room. The drum solo was a cadenza, so there was no timing. And it's kind of that same idea played here. So, I think I left off on this marimba part. We're going to take a listen to it. We're going to see if I still like this. And we're going to start at the beginning. I do like it a lot. Let me keep listening. So that's where the marimba part left off. I haven't finished it, so I'm gonna listen to this part. Okay. Oh, and I still have to write a piano part. I might move on to the next section before I write the piano part, because it's a lot of instruments now. Also, I think the biggest critique I had with our last album was some of the songs weren't big enough. And I think it's because we're just 3 people and we write with live in mind. So it's dancing with the bass here. So let me see what I hear. So I'm hearing a da-da-da-da-da-da. That's kind of like the football thing. Let me hear it again. I don't know if I like it. Man, those drums are going crazy. What is that? That's this. I think it has to play with the bass because that's the only other melody. Because the bass kind of has a melody here. That's weird. The bass is like doing that role, but you know that's what it's all about. So I might even make it tie over here as an 8th note. I don't remember what key we're in. Is it E major? Yeah. What are these notes? I don't know how the rhythm's gonna look. Something like that. Maybe this will be is this gonna be dotted? Let's see. I don't want it to be fast, so I think it needs to be like 8th. Yeah, that was just that simple. Sometimes things are simpler than I think. Oh, there we go. So this is this is what it kind of looks like when 2 instruments are in 2 different worlds. Like technically right here we should have a quarter note, but then that would mess up the measure. So music theory created ties. Let me see what else I hear. I remember there was a note that's kind of messed up on my marimba. I think it's the C sharp. So what I could do, I really want that C sharp though. And maybe it's not that bad. When I record it, if it's really annoying, then I'll change the note. Ooh, it might not even work. What chord is this? This is the E augmented, so we really have to be careful here. So C sharp is actually won't work at all. I think that's the note I'm looking for. Yeah. But which C sharp? That C sharp or D sharp is fine. The train is busy today. The train is messing with my harmony in my head. This is the advantage of a marimba, and why marimba music needs to be written for marimba. I don't know why we play cello parts on marimba. You can't do this on the cello. I mean, you kind of can. It won't sound as cool though. And I know it sounds kind of freaky here, but it's gonna resolve. So we have another tied note here. I want to do slower rolls. They sound kind of cool and tense, but I know how to do them. I can't write them like that though. I'll just write them like normal. I think it should do. I don't know if those notes are gonna work. They do. This is gonna sound so cool on a real marimba. We want to do 2 notes. That's something else marimba could do. Could do up to 4, unless you're a 6 mallet player. Like that. That sounds freaky. I like it. So I'm gonna listen to it from here where it starts dancing. This is where the marimba part breaks from the traditional rhythm here. And then it's gonna do big rolls here. Not that high. We don't want to go too high on a marimba. The best notes of the marimba are like mid and lower. Only go high if like the melody calls for it. Like don't like this part. Like that E is kind of like it's gonna sound kind of bing bingy, where it should be like xylophone-y. This whole MIDI voice sounds like a xylophone. I don't know, maybe I won't do rolls. Let me see what I hear. This part's really weird. I hear that rhythm. So it goes. I don't know what notes are. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe. I think when it does that rhythm. It's gonna line up with that note. What is that rhythm? Dot 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 dot. I don't know if it's this. Probably is. Let's see. Dot 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 dot. Oh, it's too fast. So eighth notes. I knew it. Should I go high? I know it would sound okay on my marimba. Okay. And then from here, it gets more lyrical. Which means I might have to pull out the word pad or something. It started like that. Turned into this. Okay. Thanks for tuning in for people who have just come. Where it's all about writing a song called Phoenix for a band called Phoenix Splash. So it's pretty important. Alright, we're gonna take a listen to all of it right now. Teacher would say, what is the melody there? Who is shining? My answer would be nobody. It's all. This is pretty big. So what do I want the piano to do? Will that come to me now or later? It might come to me later. Let me see if I hear piano. Might come in here. I don't know. Let's see. If I hear piano, listen for piano in your head to do this technique with me. So, I think the piano's role I'm hearing some like arpeggio stuff, but I'm also hearing it build up with block chords. Because guitar's doing it too, so it's gonna help out with guitar there. So the piano part is gonna be very difficult because it's the last thing written. It's not gonna be a difficult part to play, it's gonna be a difficult part to write because there's so many things going on. And we want to make sure it's helping and just keeping everything in check, you know? So I think I could kind of predict. Because this piano is gonna sound like pretty echoey, probably. There'll probably be sustain on this part. I can play like a little more. Really quietly here. Get some dynamics going on. So that's another one. What was that? Oh, my flashlight's still on. That's I didn't do what I wanted it to. Yeah, maybe not here. That's why we might move on to the next part. The piano might just sit out this part. Maybe. I could just double chords. Let's see how that would sound. Curious. This might not be the part. This might be just temporary. But if it doubles Buon, that's not a bad thing. Because notice now we have a different sound. If you ever go on like keyboards, they'll have like this instruments where it's like string and piano at the same time. There's a reason for that, because it sounds cool. So maybe that might be what the piano is gonna do. Because I think that does sound pretty good for now. And if I decide to keep it, I'll keep it. Because I think it's gonna change up, but it has to play the same notes as Buon. And see, I can get more rhythmic, but I think it's gonna double here. And when it gets to this really rhythmic part, that's when it starts doing some rhythmic stuff of its own. Let me fix these ties. Eliminate them, eliminate the ties. There we go. 2, 2. Now I'm thinking about tab. Okay, let me not do that. This is the piano part. B, E. Because bass guitar is doing crazy stuff. What is bass guitar doing? Oh, it is doing what those two notes were. Let's see, what kind of rhythm do I want though? Da, 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 da. That succeeded? Okay. We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. That's what we do. That Latin book's really coming in handy in this song. It goes really nice. But does it go good with the bass? Let's see. Yeah, it does. It's kind of the one thing annoying with piano. You're writing a piano part, but it's like the pianists have two hands, you know. Boom, boom. Alright, so I might not dance all the time. Maybe Maybe it will dance all the time, because I think it'll... So that means... with this note, I'll do E and B. So same two notes, just different positions. Actually, you can probably keep this up. You can keep these two measures dancing exactly the same way. I think it'll work, because the bass is going to be covering the lower. Yeah, let's check if it makes sense with Boo On. We're gonna... And this... Does. It does. Okay. Wait, why am I getting a warning? Did I do something wrong? Maybe I said something wrong. Yeah, the dancing rhythm works in the left hand. So this is, since bass guitar is going absolutely insane, piano has to, it's going to offer some stability in the lower end. So this is E and G sharp. Let me take away these ties. And we're going to do the same rhythm here. Dotted quarters. To tie, eighth note here to another. Oops. There we go. Oops, no, not there we go. There it is. And then let me just think about it in tab. That's kind of the annoying thing of knowing both instruments and then writing on Guitar Pro. My brain like kind of just goes strange. Oh yeah, there's a note clash on purpose here. Maybe I should take that out. Let's see. Which means the piano's doing it, because now we have two that are doing it. That sounds better. Dude, I like it. I think it actually worked out. I think it would. So EB again. It's gonna do that a lot, I think. So we can just keep it consistent. We want it to be as consistent as possible. This could get interesting because Boo One's gonna drop out here, so you're really gonna hear the rhythm, the dancing rhythm here. I guess we can do octaves. If we want to change it later, we can. Oops. Thought it was me score. I thought it was me score. Uh-oh, my brain messed up. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Yeah. Oh. This should be the high G sharp. This should be the low G sharp. That's what I did wrong. And it should be a quarter note. And it should be like that. Okay. Then this goes back to E and B. that's that augmented chord. We can do the G. Do we want it? What is Kurt's playing? Let's see. He does eventually get to that G sharp, so we probably want to stay on that G sharp. Let me hear how it sounds if I do that. Let me hear marimba and piano here. Yeah, that works. We're gonna quarter note these. Maybe eighth note. No, I think quarter note. And we're gonna take away some of that. Put the D there. And then the piano actually might be alone over here. Let's see. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Yeah, Donkey Kong, all those games, because the marimba is they use it to like make it sound more jungly or more foresty, and that's the origins of marimba. It would play with drums and the tribes. I think it's Zimbabwe. I think it's African Zimbabwe. Like that's where it originated. And hearing tribal drums with marimba goes together because that's how marimba started. So those Nintendo 64 Donkey Kong Country games and Diddy Kong Racing used it a lot, and it sounds playful too. Like, I think in Diddy Kong Racing, like there's some good marimba. Crash Bandicoot too has really great marimba, and Mario RPG. The opening main theme is a marimba melody. So marimba is prominent, at least in that era. Thanks for the comment. So we're gonna call this part, we're gonna put some markers here. So this is intro. And this song, like, it's not afraid of going too far. It isn't. I'm not gonna hold this song back for anything. So this is gonna change. This is part, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna frame this song. This is the setting. So this is no particular thing, you know. This is the setting of something big's coming. You know? A major chord? That's what it's gonna... Yeah. We want... Crash. We want to... And we're gonna have piano come in, so now we're gonna have verse 1. Verse 1. It might be called part 1, not sure. We'll call it verse 1 for now. And we want this crash cymbal to be a little louder than that. Yeah. What is that profile? Oh, I thought it was Bach. So we need a cool little eighth note pattern. So first part here, definitely want pedal, and we want it to be soft. And we have 2 hands. Let's use them. We want it to be soft. Do we want a tempo change? Do we want to slow down? We do. I think we want to slow down here. We're gonna bring the tempo. Should it go back to 60s? It might be kind of hard. That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to line everything up perfectly there, but we can do it. We can do it. Because I hear a slow thing going on. So we want this to ring. This is the right hand. And we're gonna let it ring. Left hand we'll do I don't want it to be like blocky. It's gonna be big. That's gonna be soft. We don't want the piano this high. Now it's cutting into the left hand. So because we want this vocal to come out here. That's gonna be kind of hard. Quiet here. And we can even get dark here. A dark Phoenix. Sounds hard. It is. This is that song. The hard song of the album, I guess. But it's madness, I guess. Grand Grand Madness. Boom. That's probably E. Yeah, I didn't see. And we're gonna do a big eighth note arpeggio here. We're gonna continue that idea in the right hand. Let's see. Oh, we want this to ring too. And we want this to be quiet too. So this is where the words need to come in. We can phrase it a little bit. Get it a little louder. Yeah. Get a little louder. Get a little louder here. A little bit of phrasing. Computer style. We need to let that ring here. Similar to the, what do you call, the sustain pedal. But it thinks you're writing a guitar part, so you can't really do sustained piano accurately on this program. See, I have a 9 and a 4 here. I can make it sustain by doing that. Oops. Yeah, there we go. See. So I don't know what these lyrics are gonna be yet, but I kind of have an idea. Get a pen or something. Am I gonna have to write this in Sharpie? What is this? I don't know what this is. This is a marker. Oh, it's paint pen. Paint pen. I know I was gonna write lyrics today. I'm just gonna open a WordPad. WordPad should do it. And plus y'all can see what I write. WordPad. Always the one. Oh, WordPad already, it's already on. Oh, gee, look at that. So I hear the words await for me. This is a duet. On top of everything, it's also a duet. So we're gonna talk about the concept, because before I go into what the lyrics are, I have to know what I'm writing about. So the song is called Phoenix, so this is when, in the story, Hatman, I forgot to tell the band this. I'm changing explosion to exploder, Because explosion doesn't sound like a name, but exploder does. Plus, it's a wrestling move, much like Phoenix Splash, so it's kind of cool. Pocket Master. Ascend with... I'm probably spelling things wrong. With the Wings of the Phoenix. That's where Pocket Master, the song, leaves off. So 3 songs tell that story. After ascending, they fly through nothingness, which gets its own song. So nothingness is a song right there, so that's one part of the story. Chaos, it's another song. Own self-contained story there. And Promise, which I thought was gonna be Bliss Magical, but I'm not sure anymore. Might be something else. Can still do Bliss Magical, but something tells me it's not what this album is. So Hatman, Exploder, Pocket Master ascend with the wings of a phoenix. After ascending, they fly through nothingness, chaos, and promise. Is it complex? Yeah. But so is Star Wars, you know? Okay. So their goal was to get to Promise for the Paradise, but they fly right past it. Fly through 3 realms and meet the Phoenix. I wait for you. Maybe that could be the starting link. So now they're meeting the Phoenix. I wait for you. That might be the opening words. Let me see. Maybe another one here. Minus the crash. Then just a black block chord here. Yeah, that is the way. And you can even do suspended. Yeah. Maybe. Let's see. Be a little soft here. I don't like that. I like that. I like that. Let's go. Now we can have some simple drums going on here. 2, 3. Yes. This is the female singer. Gonna come in here. So I'm gonna sing very high. Yeah. I'm not gonna sing it in real life. I like this thing going on here. So 30 and 30, 33 and 32. Going on to here. Alright. Okay. We're kicking butt. We're kicking butt today. I didn't think I was gonna make it past the setting today, but here we are in the verse where the concept starts taking place. So you can think of this as, intro. There might be some words. I haven't decided yet. I kind of wanted to start it with the female voice saying a poem because that's cool. I heard it done in like a post-rock song. So I might like take that concept as far as like putting a poem at the end or at the beginning of a song with the sound effect, and then all this stuff happens, and then we're back to like calming. Because the Phoenix is epic, but it's also graceful. Simple beat here, and this will just be, it'll be like nothing too crazy. That groove works. Keep it soft. You can phrase with me if you want. So these first two chords are going to be pretty much set in stone, but now the chords depend on what the words are. So it gets this locked in. And then normal songs would go repeat that over and over, those two chords. That might happen here. But I'm going to let the lyrics carry the song here. Just like we did in the other 3 songs that we started with. Maybe we could add, I don't know, I think that's too many tracks. I think I'm just gonna have to, I mean, I'm streaming it, so it's gonna be recorded, so I'll remember the melody. I forget I'm recording myself. I talk to myself when I write music. So like live streaming this totally works because I talk anyway. It's like perfect actually. I want to do something cooler here. I don't know about 8th notes. How about that? I like that word, I wait for you. I waited for... Waited works too. For you. So, as they get the wings of the phoenix... Oh, I need to write this in the concept. So they meet the phoenix. So, we gotta explain what those wings are. So the wings of a phoenix... This is how you conceptualize. And this will all be written too. Like, there's like layers of depth to this concept, you know. And I think the more layers, the merrier, really, because then everything's interwoven. Like, I think I was watching Mandalorian, and two characters are talking about an event that happened in an entirely different show. And they're talking about other characters that are in that show. And I think that show was a cartoon. And it's just like, that is the universe, you know, that they live in. So that's kind of what Dreamcrack is. Like, there's Dream, and it's a world, and there's things that have happened in it, and things that are happening in it. And what this is like the main mission, the main story. But there's other stories in it too. The Wings of the Phoenix are a tool to reach the Phoenix. Yeah. And this is where things can get kind of tricky. Well, did Pocket Master fool them to going to the Phoenix, or did Pocket Master not know himself? Which is so Chris. Sometimes Chris does things very complicated, and I'm like, did he do that on accident, or was it on purpose? And I'm stuck. Like, what's happening? It's that chaotic master. Chaotic Pocket Master. Why'd I do that? So Wings of the Phoenix are to reach Phoenix. Okay. So the Phoenix knows that they're coming. So that they're coming. Phoenix knows that they're coming. And the Phoenix explains their mission. Their mission is very, very simple. Their mission is to unite dreamers, which means to unite the humans. Because these Hatman, Exploder, and Pocket Master are shadow people. They rise up to the Phoenix, and the Phoenix tells them to unite the humans. Phoenix, fearing the dragon that emerges. So there's this looming threat in this world. I don't know if it's going to be called the dragon yet. We'll see where this song goes. But if the Phoenix and the dragon meet, then the world will go into darkness. So the dragon is coming, and the Phoenix needs to leave. But the dragon gets stronger based off... I'm calling them demons right now. So the more souls that demons get. So this is how the system works here. The Phoenix, fearing the dragon that emerges. The Phoenix fears the dragon. Let me put context. So the Phoenix fears the dragon that emerges. The more souls that demons get, the stronger the dragon becomes. Once the dragon gathers enough power, it will emerge. And there's this thing that chases you around the maze, and that's probably what this is referring to. And once it emerges, darkness. It's eternal darkness. Okay. So the Phoenix fears the dragon that emerges. Well, that can emerge. Or is about to emerge. Will emerge. The more souls that demons get, the stronger the dragon becomes. Once the dragon gathers enough power, it will emerge. The Phoenix must become human to flee the dragon. Otherwise, eternal darkness. So this is what we're going with here. And of course, the lyrics will be... they'll be okay. Like, they're not going to be a bunch of exposition in the lyrics. This is just the background to what the Phoenix is telling these three characters. The Phoenix fears the dragon that will emerge. The more souls that demons get, the stronger the dragon becomes. Once the dragon gathers enough power, it will emerge. Phoenix must become human to flee the dragon. Once becoming human, the Phoenix and the three shadows must unite the dreamers in order to defeat the demons. If the demons cannot gather power for the dragon, enough power, then the dragon will fall. And the Phoenix can emerge again. Yes. I probably made... oh, I have like an instruction manual to like a bunch of old games on this computer. Let me just title this Phoenix, because these are going to be the lyrics too. So that's the rough draft of what this is. Now come the lyrics. So this is in the background. They're not going to say all this in the song. Some of it will be alluded to. Some of it won't. Because some of it was in other music. Okay. But if you just look at it, see, I'm writing for multiple audiences, so all this is what's happening, but the words "I waited for you," sung by a girl to sung by a female to a male, like, could mean anything, you know. So there's ambiguity to these lyrics. I'm not making them like, "Hello, Hatman," like stuff like that. You know, I'm adding that ambiguous to it. Make sure these lyrics work. I'm gonna move this for now. I'll make it tiny, teeny tiny. Put it here. So I need to put it with everything, so I need to hear the "I waited for you." Then beyond that, Okay. It totally works. Okay. I gotta make sure she can sing these notes too. Try not to make like the vocal part like anything like virtuoso, you know. Oh yeah, I'm not writing it even. I waited for you, my friends, maybe. I waited for you, my friends. Yeah, I'll do another one of this round. Nah, I'm not gonna. For you, my friends. Let's see. I waited for you, my friends. My friends. Let's see, maybe not my friends. Waited for you to see. Okay, this is coming together now. So since this is somewhat of like a musical in a musical sense, yeah, the lyrics have to be written a certain way because it's music, you know. It can't be written like exposition. There are some musicals that do that. That's still like the songs I like the least. To see the truth behind the truth behind the dream. Okay. I waited for you to see the truth behind your dream. I waited for you to see the truth behind my dream. And then the chord can change here. Yeah, like when I was thinking of the concept for Phoenix, before Phoenix was even Phoenix, I thought about, or I was listening to a lot of post-rock. And though this will be nothing like post-rock, because post-rock has certain instrumentation, the song structure of it is a bit post-rock. You can think of this as like just really slow, explosive post-rock stuff, but instead it's, you know, kind of tribal, which is what this album is. But then there's a soft verse or soft, like when there is lyrics or when there is singing in post-rock, it's like really beautiful and simple. And that's what I'm going for with the vocals on this song. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I waited for you to see the truth So I'm gonna make this guitar do something. So it ends on. Let's see, I'm hearing something, I can't figure it out. Oh, not that. It's this note. What's wrong with me? F sharp? People driving them cars too fast. Those whippersnappers. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but this is what I hear in my head. Boom, boom, boom. Is it an inverted chord? Is it a B major chord? No, it's not. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you're hearing some world-class singing when you compose or write music or make a guitar riff. Sometimes like singing it helps. Like I think I learned that from a timpani teacher. They're like, sing the note you like, don't be afraid. Like singing is singing, who cares? Like, because you have to memorize like pitches, and well, you don't have to memorize pitches, but you're graded on like timpani tuning, and the best way to get clarity of a pitch is to sing the pitch. And I think that's when I started like getting into singing, even though I do it very strangely. If this all rings, it might give the effect I'm looking for. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe not this D sharp. Yeah, it is this. What a weird. And it's not gonna end there. So you have this little arpeggio going on. Yeah. And this measure's gonna repeat like that. Okay. So thinking of the next lyrics. Let me show you what I've done over here. 'Cause that screen was blocking it. We had an F sharp here. It's hard to write like lyrics on a computer. I usually use the paper. The truth behind the Oh, wait, it didn't start yet. To see the truth behind you. Okay, I think I know what to do. Every time I get like a Google email while I'm streaming, I think it's like, your stream has ended because you said something or you showed something that had a license. Because audio bots aren't perfect, so when you play music, they like think you're showing something that you're not. I lost my train of thought with these chords. So I hear the words dark clouds. I don't know if I'm gonna use those words though. So Phoenix is talking to them here. Let's see. I don't want to say gathering the souls because that sounds like a little too cheese. Demons all about dividing our true selves. All humans. Maybe. Demons for themselves. Maybe. Demons are about dividing all the humans for themselves. This might be a minor chord here. Let's see. What minor chord? This is a risk. Let's see if it pays off. I hear a C minor. I hear a C minor. Does anyone else hear the C minor chord in their heads? It's telling me to go crazy. Okay. Maybe not C minor. Okay. So, what is this chord? I don't know what chords I'm writing. Chords are an illusion. It is weird because, like, I have a theory. Check this out. This is a music conspiracy theory coming right up. Because I know music theory too well. More well than I wish I knew it. Sometimes it gets in my way. What's this thing not moving? I think there's something called broken chords. So block chord is like this, all notes played at the same time. Broken chords are when you do something like I'm doing here. It's those notes but played like one at a time. And what you can do, and I'm not the only composer that does this, there's others that do it too. You can add stuff to broken chords, and since they're broken, you won't get the note clashes like this. Or like, more like that. Like all those notes pressed together might not sound good, but one at a time they do. So would that make it a chord? Should we name this? And yeah, you could. Oops. No, I want the F sharp back. I think it's just a really nice chord here. But yeah, I think like broken chords are really interesting tool when in, like, not when in doubt use them, but when you understand, like, you kind of have more freedom than you do with block chords, especially with voicing. Alright, so we're thinking about Dark Clouds. Demons are about dividing all the humans from themselves. I gotta remember the singer. She'll do it. She can do it. Can't she do this strange transition here? Because it's a simple part, but simple parts are sometimes not easy. Especially when the composer has given up all hope on music theory in general and is just going by what he hears in his head. So there's more lyrics there, I hear. Demons are about dancing. Oh no, not dancing. Let me. The window's all messed up. Look at this. Look at this madness. See what they make me do? There we go. Maybe I can zoom in. The zoom is real. Okay. Demons are about dividing all the humans from themselves. They forgot to love. Should I say humans or dreamers? That's the question. Dividing all the humans from themselves. Making them forget who they. Let's see. Making them forget what now, huh? Making them forget who they are. Fighting all the humans from themselves, making them forget. What about maybe not forget? Let's see. Do I want to throw that in there? Selves giving power to the beast. Maybe instead of the dragon, it could be called the beast. Because there's a song called The Beast on the album. I don't know what it's about yet. Maybe that's what it's about. See, it's like this is being made through me. Proof right there. We have a song called The Beast. I wrote it yesterday. Had no idea why. And now I'm thinking, I mean, it doesn't really prove anything, but the dragon is the beast. Which is insane. So the beast is now the dragon. Because dragon is hard to put in song. And it sounds cheesy. It sounds like I'm reading a novel. But if I put the beast, Like, you can picture a song called The Beast, you know, whereas the dragon, it has to be a certain way. Giving of themselves, dividing all the humans from themselves, giving power to the beast. Power to the beast. So, if the dragon is not the dragon and the dragon is the beast, does this complicated prophecy need to be present? That if the phoenix and the beast meet, maybe there doesn't need to be eternal darkness. Maybe the phoenix turns human just to try to unite them. Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna put a star here. I'm gonna leave the old legend, but maybe dismiss. See, like the way the words shape the song also affect like the story. So because certain words work better for the music, some of the lore changes. So replace, I think that's the right move though. Dragon with beast. Disregard the collision, that's what I'm gonna call it. Put it in quotes. Disregard the collision prophecy, because that's just too much information. It is a cool prophecy because it's based off I don't know if anyone's played Shenmue or just know Chinese mythology. The phoenix and the dragon, the whole thing. If they're in the same sky, then Chi Yu is something or something like that. I don't know if it's real Chinese mythology. It was in Shenmue, and that's why like I thought of the prophecy, because we are Phoenix Splash, and dragon is the enemy of Phoenix in, I guess, Chinese mythology, according to a game I played in the 90s. So that doesn't need to be here. So it's something I can I'm willing to give up for the sake of, well, dragon doesn't work too well for songs, but beast does. So it could be the beast versus the phoenix, and the beast is more ambiguous because it's not any creature, it's the beast. It could be anything, which makes it even more mysterious, more threatening in my opinion. Yeah, disregard. So now the story's a lot simpler, because now it's just the beast is dividing the humans, and once they're divided, it will rule, or it already has. It's maintaining its hold. Giving power to the beast. Let me see what chord I hear with these words. Let me make them. Oh, I guess y'all don't need to see the music right now. Just look at the lyrics. I waited for you to see the truth behind the dream. Demons are about dividing all the humans from themselves, giving power to the beast. What chord am I hearing? Not G minor. Beast. Is it Is it that chord? Is that what I'm hearing? It could be. It would sound kind of interesting. But broken. Is that A major? I thought I heard a minor. A major works there. It kind of takes this chord takes the happiness out of A minor. It's crazy. Context, man. Maybe even go 7th. To do all this. Oh yeah, let me move this because I'm doing something weird. I thought it was gonna be real quick. Okay. So it turned into an A major chord. It's so weird. See, like I feel like a year ago I wouldn't do that, you know. So what I'm doing now is just telling the program to let these notes ring, sustain. So we want this beat to continue. These two instruments are driving the song. I'm flying to see the truth behind my dream. Demons are about dividing all the humans from themselves, giving power to the beast. So that's one option. The obvious option, I think, is C sharp minor. So I like this voicing here though. I can psych out a really good listener by putting that A major. So if I want to show off, the show off option is this A major here. But let's see if I like the obvious choice better, which is I could do that. Sounds like it would sound pretty good on guitar. Guitar is nice at playing open and closed chords, or open and block chords and broken chords. There we go. It's like, what are my going for? So this is the C sharp minor. Even that is kind of creepy and crazy. So it is evil. That sounds evil. The beast is evil. This sounds mysterious. Like, is the beast even there? So that's my two options. Let me see. I waited for you to see the truth behind my dream. Demons are about dividing all the humans from themselves, Can she sing it? That's the question. If she can't, I can help her sing it. Let's see. And if it doesn't work out, you know, she'll sing it. She'll be okay. It just played by itself. Chill. Oh, it was still going. If I put this chord, the singing note becomes strange. To see the truth behind my dream. Demons are about dividing all the humans from themselves, giving power to the beast. Here's how we can use both. What I think beast is gonna come back, like that word. And then when it comes back, that's when I bring in the evil chord. But for now, it's mysterious. I think I'm gonna go with that. And then this part's gonna happen again, and instead of this chord, it'll be that chord. I think that's what's gonna happen. In a sense, that builds some suspense for the beast. Who is the beast? I don't know. Apparently there's a song. Let's see what I wrote. Yeah, it's probably one of the most insane songs lyrically I've written. Like, the beast itself. I guess think Black Sabbath mixed with Linkin Park, and you get the beast. Like, lyric-wise. Kind of sound-wise, too. Kind of crazy. But I'm not writing that song right now. I'm writing this song. Alright. So that was the female vocal parts. Now I have to get into Josh mode, because Josh is an instrument. I'm Josh. Other Joshes are instruments too. So something about singing and singers. Every human being is a different instrument. We all sing different notes. We all are built differently. Different capabilities. Some things I just can't do, and some things I can do and others can't. It's bizarre, and not a lot of study goes into stuff like that. But the main difference is note range. That's what most singing instruction goes over. Knowing your range and all that. Because when you know that, you can write vocal parts. The singer I'm working with, I kind of don't know her range. So I'm not making the range very big. And if I need to change the notes, I change the notes. And sometimes that might even make a better melody. But this is a pretty good melody. So that's why I'm a little worried. I don't want to just be like, yeah, you can change it, but we'll see. But this is where Josh is going to start singing. So let me rehear this real quick. to make the transition. It's gonna stop there. But this is I've never done a duet before. Wait, other than with Chris. But like male-female duets are like totally different because you have one person singing one part of pitch, one part melody, and the other one singing the lower part of the melody. So it's a very beautiful thing. I like them a lot, which is why I really wanted to write one. And I'm not holding anything back. So it's a duet. Okay. I don't think it's gonna start with that chord. I think it's gonna do something else. Let me hear it again. The word. I hear a C sharp minor. So this is where Hatman starts singing. Hatman, who is played by me, is a very important character, or not very important. He's a very he's a different character from myself. Whereas, you know, I kind of leave Chris and Anthony's to their own vices on how they want to portray themselves. That's how I want to portray myself. There's like a sinisterness to this character, which is why this C sharp is going to make a lot of sense. The C sharp minor chord. Like that. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know what else. We can do that. We can do a different kind of piano part here. So this is like, I call eighth note somber. I played a lot of Sakamoto, like a lot of his music on piano. So like when I write piano parts, there's like a little bit of him in there. That's something like he would do with the even a higher chord maybe, because now I'm singing, so high notes won't get in the way of the melody because I can't sing this high. We want to keep it soft. Maybe even phrase this. So phrasing means like getting loud, getting soft, like pulsating. Something you do in like I guess solos. But I like when ensembles, I like when they all phrase at the same time. Like it's freaking awesome. Alright, so what are you gonna say, Hatman? That's me. Let's see. You can make Pocket Master talk too. I should just make Anthony sing too. We all have dialogue. Well, he's really not holding anything back. Everyone has the lines. I did write a song like that called Buster Punch. Every different voice was a different character. It was freaking awesome. But I don't think that song is around anymore. Sadly. So T-Wo could do something there. Boom. Maybe. Hmm. Let's see. So Hatman is up here. Is this not paradise? This is first word. This is not paradise, but just a joke. Some sinisterness. Because I want to put... Hammond's not a good person, kind of. So, this is good. This is a good first line. I might change joke, but it's not paradise, but just a joke. Actually, joke kind of works. But just, let's see if a bigger word fits. I don't think it will. Okay. Oh, not C minor. Here. I'm gonna keep this beat going. I don't know if we're gonna get back to this. I don't know if we're gonna get back to that. Let's see. G sharp. In my head, out my mouth, on the program. Yeah, when you get to a good level of, I mean, I'm not pitch perfect, but I hear them in my head. I can't identify them right away, but they just sound, and they go together, and they just start writing itself. Like it's bizarre. Then I get here and I hear it out loud, and I start piecing it together. And some songs come out immediately, like The Beast just came out. Like I wrote that in a day. Whereas this one is more methodical and bigger. But yeah, it can get kind of scary, and I start to finally understand why music has such a close relationship to religion. You know, because it really does feel like when you get to a certain level of writing music, it just starts coming to you, and you're like, where is it coming from? Am I inventing this? Or is something, you know, guiding me? But then you stop and analyze it, and it's a accumulation of everything you've ever done. Everything you've ever played, everything you've ever studied. It's all here, you know. Proof that, like, practicing and listening even. Like, sometimes I write stuff I've heard, like, similar style, and it just comes out, even though I've never played it. It's bizarre. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if that lyric worked. This is not paradise, but just a joke. Yeah. This is not paradise, but I don't know, those words kind of sound funny. What's the next chord? Is it G sharp minor? Oh, so... Wait, what's this? What chord is this? Huh, what did I do? Oh, it's C minor. G sharp minor. What notes are these? Oh, G sharp. That's what I was looking for. Oh, is this not paradise? Okay, I got you. Is this not paradise? Just a joke. Is this not paradise? Is this not paradise? That I was. Is this not paradise? Is this not the paradise? Not the paradise. I could put some tribal drums here. Maybe it could build. I don't know if this is. See, this is not verse 1. This is something else. This is part 1. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna write itself like a verse chorus song. It's not destined to. The casual listeners who start this song are gonna hear the poem at the beginning and tune out. And if they get past that, then it rewards patience. So I can make the song whatever, T was coming. Let's see. This is not the paradise. This is not the paradise I wanted to see. This is not the paradise that was promised to me. Maybe. This is not the paradise that was promised to me. A failed dream. But, okay. So the chord's coming. Boom. I mean, it's kind of going in an obvious shape. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Yeah. This is not the paradise that was promised to me, but full shape of everything. Oh, the melody motif is coming. Whoa, okay. Oopsie doodle. There we go. We did it. Alright, that's what was in my head. Okay. It's in my head. It's in my head. Alright. I don't know if it's unique. I think, I don't know, maybe it is. I know that some people like need an instrument. I used to be like that, you know. I think it's just like doing this for so long. It just starts writing itself. But yeah, it's caught. You know, a lot of people don't capture the process too. It's another thing. Like, well, maybe they do. I just don't watch. But like other people who would do something like this, composers are very tight-knit about their secrets. Not so much anymore, like on YouTube. Like there's just some people who are just dudes, you know, or just girls, just boys, just girls, just human. We're just like, oh, that's how we do it. Like we have no shame. And you know, I guess I would fall in that group because here I am. Alright, so Hatman over here, pissed off. Okay. This is not paradise that was promised to me. Oh, he needs more words. Okay. It's not paradise that was promised to me. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's that. I was like, this progression sounds familiar. It's because it's from Dream, the first track of the album. Yeah, first track of the album. Okay, so I guess we're gonna listen to what we got, because I think I need like a full picture again. I don't know if Hatman is gonna say this. He might not. I don't know how I want him to respond, because I think Hatman, his attitude so far is like he just doesn't care. So maybe he wouldn't care that he's in the wrong place. Same thing with Explosion or Exploder. They're all kind of like whatever. I should put Met. So, there's two ways I can go. Hatman could respond, actually, lots of ways. So up to now, the only thing he's done is put on a hat. Let me explain from the beginning. Shadow people aren't allowed to have identities. And he's a shadow person, so he put on a hat. And he grew a smile. And so he went to shadow people jail. So he got arrested. Basically, sent to a realm called Red, where all he can watch are people's nightmares. But he didn't care. He met other shadows in Red in jail, so he met them in jail. And that's when Pocket Master, because they're all in prison. That's when he brings like these wings, and then they go to the Phoenix. So that's what's happened so far. So one thing that's not gone over in the songs is his personality, his persona, because it's folklore, so it's a lot of exposition, not a lot of dialogue. It's not a musical, it's a set of folk songs. So this song is going to be the first time anyone sees his personality, because the narrator is not it's not narrated, it's him. So I have to think about that. His personality, nonchalant. I'm thinking he might be scared, because this might not be mentioned in the song, but Hatman has the ability to control dreams and manipulate them. And one of the reasons he does that, like, it sounds bad at first, like your dream is being manipulated by a shadow, like that sounds bad. But he manipulates their dreams to become like happier. So if like someone's about to have a bad dream, he changes the events in that dream to make them happier, or to make it a good dream. And the lyrics don't tell you that. Like, that's another layer, like within underneath this, because not every concept of the story is gonna make it into the story. There's a lot of things that are just not said, and that's one of them. Like how he manipulates the dream and all that, like why they exploded. It's not for their own amusement. They just are trying to make these nightmares bearable. And so they're taking to Phoenix, because Phoenix sends, the Phoenix puts the wings, the wings, in a dream, and Pocket Master gets them. Like, it's the Phoenix that planted it there, so that they can go see the Phoenix. Like, this was the Phoenix's plan. Which is why it said, I waited for you. And Hatman is talking. Pocket Master might have some dialogue too. I don't know. Whatever happens. This is the only other time I did this was Buster Punch. Yeah. And there were like 3 superheroes. It wasn't like, I don't think my lyrics of that song were that good, but what I was going for was kind of unique. And I want to do that like at a master full level, or the next step to Buster Punch. So yeah, this is kind of the successor to Buster Punch as far as like a concept goes. It's just stretched out longer. But yeah, there might be 3 singers. maybe 4. We'll see. I get Ant-Man to sing because it's gonna be good. You know, like there's I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there's a way in audio, like even if we're not perfect singers, like there's a way to just make it like decent all the time, no matter who's singing. Okay. With that said, I've been doing this for like 2 hours, so I'm gonna take it easy. I had some thumbnails over here. They're gone though, because I think they were. I was getting fed up with. I accidentally kept leaving this here, so I moved it over there. But check out A Melancholy Dream, available everywhere. Spotify, YouTube. Really check out the YouTube version. The YouTube version is insane. But if you're just a fan of the music, then there's, all the other listening streams. I like the album. I like the way it turned out. I like the theme. I like that it's getting closer to moving concept forward in our music. Like the concept is kind of like the backseat for Mayday completely, and then it starts coming forward here, and now Dream Crack gets in full effect, and it's really affecting the songs. I think it's making my music a lot better, like knowing what I'm writing for. And yeah, Melancholy Dream was like the first album I started realizing that. Whereas we had another album earlier. I should put like an ad for it because I never made an ad for it. It was called Mayday, and that's kind of where I'm still like, we're writing music to show off our skills compositionally too. Like that's the way I was thinking back then. This one, my gears started grinding and thinking like, music's not a competition. Why am I continuing to think it is? And this is where I was starting to break away from that. There's still traces of wanting perfection on this album. But yeah, I think it's some of my best work so far. There's these music lessons. If you're interested in online music lessons, hit me up at that email. I teach. Let me tell you what I teach. I can teach you anything as far as like these instruments go: guitar, piano, drums. I could teach that too. I could teach percussion too, songwriting, composition. If you want to learn music theory, I can teach you that. If you want to learn anti-music theory, I could teach you that too. Melancholy Dream, the YouTube project, check that out. It is bizarre in every way, shape, and form, but it is also nice and fun. And depending on which route you take, you'll have a happy experience, a strange experience, or you'll have a nightmare. Depending on which. You really choose your dream. It's melancholy, but melancholy is spelled melancholy. So something's up. Something's up. Take the code challenge. No winners yet. Y'all can't figure out the code? For real? Oh. Once the code is broken, that proves that people pay attention. Because the debate in the beginning was, not enough people pay attention. Why are you doing all this? I'm like, I feel like someone's gonna pay attention someday. It's gonna like snap for one person, and it's gonna be magical. I don't care how long it takes. But yeah, the code is part of everything. No one's even beaten the easy mode, so there's an easy mode and hard mode. Easy mode is extremely easy, so get to it. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the comments from Seru. um, N64 games and my strange conscience of writing music. This happens during the day. I should say that. Like I remember, like, I think it was, I forget who it was, someone in my family. It's like, when you're an adult, you're not gonna have time to write all this music. Now I'm an adult now, and I have a job and stuff, and it's just it's writing itself during the day, and that's cool. I'm happy I could do that, and I want others to get to that too, because I feel like once you break all the spells of competition, like everything just comes together, and you become what musicians always probably were supposed to be, or could be, or not consumed with competition or perfection. And that's the way. And it's probably true about other areas of life and art. Like, competition is good, but like, don't let it consume you. Like, that's my parting wisdom of the day. Well, I hope you all take care. Have a great weekend. Spring break's coming up for me, so I'm gonna have some time. I'm not gonna be as busy. Still have another job I do. But I don't know. Maybe I'll pull in some more streams throughout the week, like some bonus content. I know Chris is making some content for Phoenix Splash TV, so you'll probably see some of that too. Hopefully, because maybe there'll be a series before Dreamcrack. Because he just kind of does his own thing sometimes, and I'm like, dude, let's put that music on. Let's put it on the channel. I mean, let's do it. Why are we not doing it? Why do I keep like thinking everything has to be Phoenix Splash the band on? Like, let's do whatever we can. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around. Peace out.